Have you ever wondered how cats apologize to humans? Most people assume they don't. We think of them as proud, aloof, and completely unapologetic. But the truth is, they absolutely do. They just do it in ways that look nothing like what a human would do. And that is exactly where the heartbreak happens. Because if you miss these subtle moments, or worse, if you accidentally punish your cat for them, you could be rejecting the very real, very vulnerable ways your cat is trying to say they are sorry. Let's look at the hidden language of feline apologies, starting with a signal that might be hiding in plain sight. Have you ever caught your cat staring at you after doing something wrong, maybe after you raised your voice, and then they slowly close their eyes? Most cat owners know that a slow blink generally means trust. But almost nobody talks about what is actually happening inside your cat's brain in the 10 seconds right before that blink. When your cat senses conflict in the room, their amygdala instantly fires off a stress response. Their primal instinct is telling them to flee the room or freeze in place. But instead of running away, they choose to stay. They look directly at you, and they deliberately shut their eyes. Think about what that actually means from a survival standpoint. A tiny predator is choosing to go temporarily blind in front of a perceived threat. That is a calculated emotional risk. A 2020 study from the University of Sussex confirmed that cats use slow blinking intentionally as a social signal. But what the study also revealed is that cats who receive slow blinks back show measurably lower cortisol levels. When you blink back, their stress drops. But when you stay frustrated and glare at them, their brain registers it as a failed attempt at repair. If your cat keeps offering these slow blinks after a conflict and never gets one back from you, over time, they stop trying. They just go quiet. And that silence is not peace, that is a cat who has given up on apologizing to you. Later in this video, I will get to one apology signal that looks almost human, and it is the exact one that most owners accidentally punish their cat for. Stay with me for that one. Now, have you ever been sitting on the couch, still a little annoyed at your cat, and out of nowhere they walk right up and actively press their head into your face or your hand? Most people laugh this off, assuming their cat just wants some attention. But what if that headbutt is actually your cat desperately trying to fix what just broke between you two? Cats have scent glands heavily concentrated around their forehead, cheeks, and chin. When they press their head against you, they are depositing pheromones directly onto your skin in a behavior called bunting. In a calm moment, yes, this is simple affection. But when it happens right after a conflict, the meaning shifts completely. When tension fills a room, your cat can literally smell the shift. Stress hormones actively change your scent, and to a cat, that sudden chemical change feels like the bond between you is dissolving. So they walk up and they remark you. They are actively overriding the tension with their own scent, trying to restore the chemical signature that tells their brain that this person is still theirs. They are telling you in the most primal way they can that they refuse to let the bond dissolve. If your cat has ever done something like this, and you are only just now realizing what it meant, hit the like button and subscribe right now. It is the best way to help us reach more cat owners so they stop missing these beautiful moments. Let's talk about the gifts. Have you ever been upset with your cat, and then randomly find a toy sitting right next to you or by your feet? Most owners just toss it aside, assuming the cat is oblivious to the tension and just wants to play. But cats are not like dogs, they do not fetch just to please you. When a cat drops an object near their owner after a period of tension, behavioral experts note that this mirrors what is called a reconciliation offering in animal social dynamics. They are not asking you to play. They are offering you something of immense personal value to restore the relationship. Your cat has a favorite toy, the one they guard, the one they sleep next to. And in the middle of an emotional disconnect, they pick it up, walk over, and place it at your feet. That is sacrifice. They are giving you the single thing in their world that brings them comfort, hoping that it brings you comfort too. Sometimes, they take an even more physical approach. Have you ever noticed your cat suddenly hopping onto your lap and vigorously licking your hands or face right after a tense moment? You might think it is just a quirky grooming habit. But in feral cat colonies, mutual grooming, called allogrooming, is highly selective. Cats only do it with individuals they share a profound social bond with. It is a vital tool for maintaining relationships and reducing tension. Researchers have observed that when cats groom each other to resolve conflict, it physically lowers the heart rate in both cats involved. So, when your cat licks your hand after a disagreement, their own body is calming down through the physical act of repairing the bond with you. Apologizing to you is literally how they self-regulate their nervous system. But here is the apology that might be the most misunderstood in the entire feline world. Have you ever scolded your cat and watched them immediately flop over onto their back and expose their stomach to you? Most owners think their cat is being playful, or that they simply do not care they are in trouble. But a cat's belly houses all of their most vital organs. In the wild, absolutely no cat would ever willingly expose that area unless they felt completely safe, or unless they were deliberately making themselves vulnerable to de-escalate a major threat. When your cat rolls over right after tension, they are surrendering. It is the feline equivalent of putting both hands in the air and saying, "Please do not be upset with me, I am not a threat." And this is exactly where things go horribly wrong. Most owners see the fuzzy belly and instinctively reach down to rub it. And what happens? The cat immediately swipes, scratches, or bites. The owner gets mad, thinking the cat was being aggressive. But the truth is, the cat was never asking to be touched, they were asking to be forgiven. Rubbing the belly in that exact moment violates the extreme vulnerability they just offered you. To the cat, it feels like a betrayal of the trust they were desperately trying to rebuild. Instead of reaching out, simply stay calm, lower your voice, and offer a slow blink back to let your cat know that you received their apology safely. Finally, there is the apology signal I warned you about earlier. The one that looks almost human, and the one that is so subtle, almost every owner completely misses it. Have you ever noticed that after something tense happens, your cat just starts appearing wherever you go? They do not meow, they do not rub against your legs, they just quietly sit in the same room as you, watching from a distance. Cats are solitary by nature, and when they want space, they disappear. So when a cat chooses to do the exact opposite, when they follow you from the kitchen to the bedroom to the living room without making a single sound, that is a deliberate decision to stay close to you during emotional discomfort. Behavioral researchers describe this as proximity maintenance. It is a strategy seen in bonded primates after a conflict. Instead of vocalizing or forcing contact, they simply reduce the physical distance and wait. They are saying, "I am not going to force this, but I am not leaving either. I will just be right here until things feel right again." Humans do the exact same thing after a fight with someone we deeply love. Sometimes we do not say anything, we just sit in the same room. We exist nearby with no words and no grand gestures, just presence. Your cat is doing the exact same thing. The fact that an independent animal who could easily walk away and be perfectly fine alone is actively choosing to stay near you in silence should tell you absolutely everything about what you mean to them.